My husband truly was one of the best people that I've ever known. He brought out the best in me. He made me a better person. I made him a better person. We complemented each other very well. He was the center of my world and my universe for quite a long time. The first few hours in the emergency room, we knew something was wrong. The quickness that they got him in and ran the MRI, and the moment that doctor came back in the room, I remember his words extremely clearly. I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. You have a tumor in the left side of your brain, and it's the size of a golf ball. Your mind starts immediately going to, now what? Those first 2 weeks, he looked the same. He was him. And then we went through our first surgery, and his head, half of his head's been shaved, and you're thinking about how am I gonna care for that scar, and that, it's not even a scar, it's a wound, I guess, at that point. And how do I care for that at the same time that I'm worried about what his other physical symptoms are? Maybe I felt like I knew what I was doing when I left the hospital, but 24 hours later, when I'm trying to decide, am I gonna wash his hair, and how am I gonna get all the blood out of the skin, and what am I gonna do to that wound, and am I gonna hurt him? I don't know that I knew what I was doing, and you're worried about what you're gonna do that could make something worse. On the first day at radiation, they sent you home with a bottle, and you're like, okay, what's that? Well, that's what you're gonna need in case he starts getting radiation dermatitis, and in case his skin starts breaking down. Then you take him home, and you're the caregiver for, bathing and trying to keep him healthy. And it was extremely important to me that he was bathed every day, and that he had, lotion multiple times a day, and that we kept him clean. And, in those 17 months, his skin went through many, many different phases, and it was pretty amazing thinking back at that. And probably the most impactful and difficult to watch is those last 3 months, right? And at that point, it really hit me, right? That he didn't look the same as he did before. And as the body starts to shut down, like it does from brain tumors, there's less blood flow, there's less of all of those things. And it got more sensitive and more tender and difficult for him to manage that touch, and to be cared for. I have never had a more important role in my life than being that caregiver. And I don't think I ever will. I believe that he and I were together for a reason, and I believe that reason had a whole lot to do with me being the right person to help him through that journey. I wanted to do something that was going to stay with me, and that was going to be visible evidence to me of the importance that this journey was. And I never thought in my whole life that I would ever get a tattoo, or that I would ever even consider it. But I did it, and it is a reminder of the 3 most important days of my life. And it was the first date that we ever went on, the day we got married, and the day that he died. So I'm happy to always have that with me.